Besette returning to the city where he was treated for leukemia as a child and now gets to fight in front of his hometown fans here in Connecticut. Here is the tail of the tape. Besette comes in with a record of 22-9, 7 wins by knockout, 8 by submission. Both fighters coming in 5'10", no height advantage whatsoever on either side. Dueling a nice crisp 7-4. 3 of his wins by knockout, 2 also by submission. Fighting out of Trenton, New Jersey. Let's set it up to Adam Palazzo for the official introduction.
This is the Dressler's Law bout of the evening. Serious injuries, dedicated lawyers with offices in 3 Connecticut locations. That's Dressler's Law. The following fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red and black trunks. He weighed in at 145 pounds. His pro record, 7 wins, 4 losses, with 3 victories by knockout and another 2 by submission. Hailing from Trenton, New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen, Tim the Jaguar Dooley. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the pink trunks. He weighed in at 146 pounds. His pro record, 22 wins, 9 losses, with 7 big victories by knockout and another 8 by submission. He is a UFC alum and is the pride of both Stafford Springs and Hartford, Connecticut. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt the Mangler Besette. Your referee is Brian Miner.
John, went over the rules in the back. Fight hard, but keep it clean. You want to touch gloves? Do it now. Good luck to you both.
Adam Palazzo bringing the heat on that introduction. That's what this fight is worth. Let me tell you what, this one's going to be a war. Matt Besette coming back to Hartford, fighting in his home state for the first time, taking on Timothy Dueling. We are cage side at the Hartford Convention Center. Michael Parenti joined by filthy Tom Lawler and Paige Monroe. This one is going to live up to the hype, I think. And I think the records don't mean anything when you get in that cage, Tom. Those doors lock. Dueling's been in with some of the best in the world. So has Besette. This could be a back and forth, entertaining, just as we saw in that last fight. Besette with a nice combination to open things up. Now trying to go upstairs. Besette, if you count the fight he had for the Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series, actually had 3 fights at UFC. That one ended in a knockout loss, but Besette actually injured his hand. The fight later overturned to a no contest when Hollabar failed the drug test afterward. So it did not count against his record, and then got the call to UFC 220 rather in Boston as a last-minute replacement. At the time, Tom, actually 24 hours before he got that call, had announced that he was going to retire from the sport. So the plans changed in a hurry, and here he is 3 fights later, still at it, and now breaking ground in Connecticut as CES brings you the first sanctioned show in the Nutmeg State. And it's been an exciting one here.
We'll see what the plan is here as he faces Timothy Dueling. Both guys throwing a lot of feints. Nothing real heavy landed so far.
Oh, Besette catches that leg kick at that side kick attempt.
He's able to land a spinning back fist.
Dueling's
head kick of his own.
Dueling popped up pretty quickly. I was surprised. I thought he may be out, and Besette may have been able to just pound his way to a finish, but Dueling pops right back up.
A lot of times that kick misses. You think you're out of danger. Besette read it, came back with a spinning back fist. Dropped Dueling, but hey, Dueling's ready for it. He's tough.
He's been in there with some of the best. He's taken shots. Certainly no stranger. Takes a front leg kick, shakes it off. Dueling tried to work that jab, followed by the right hand. Stalking his prey like a jaguar would.
Besette with some looping shots. Dueling leaps in with a nice short elbow. Dueling's hair tie is out. It's stuck on his body there. Besette initiates the clinch. Dueling with a body shot. And, there the hair tie went. Back to the center.
Dueling slips trying to land upstairs. 2:19 to go in round number 1.
Besette reaching out there trying to gauge the distance. Dueling leaps in with a lead uppercut. Almost found its mark. And that's the second time. Besette was able to land a punch there over the top. He was able to catch the kick earlier. Dueling had just stepped in with a low kick there while Besette threw the punch. So perhaps he's cued in on the timing of that leg kick.
Besette executing those overhand rights, but Dueling's done a nice job covering up, absorbing most of the blow.
Yeah, those are all coming at seemingly the same
angle.
That
one landed.
That one snuck through. Nice short uppercut with the right.
Dueling's a little wobbly. Down he goes. Besette now on top, and here come the elbows.
It'll be a little more wobbly after some of the short elbows on top.
1:15 to go. Plenty of time for Besette.
Besette settling into half guard on top here. Dueling trying to work back to a full guard. Besette not having it.
Besette's really caught him with 2 nice shots. First that spinning back fist, then followed by that right hand that sent him, well,
now
at least wobbled him. Yeah.
Setting up a head and arm triangle here as he's got his head underneath that shoulder. He's peppering him with shots. Dueling, able to push him back and defend a little bit there. Besette's corner on him there for giving him time, giving Dueling time to recover. Dueling landed a nice short elbow.
Yeah, a little grazing elbow on the way over. Now Besette with another elbow. It looks like Dueling's busted up pretty bad on the right side. I think below the eye.
He's got a little cut on this left side.
Left side there, like right on the temple.
Yeah. He's controlling the wrist. Looks to be setting up a triangle attempt, possibly.
Final 15 seconds. Solid first round so far from Matt Besette.
Cut under that right arm too. Goes for this hip bump sweep there. Land a nice short left uppercut out of the clinch. This round seems coming to an end. Yep.
Yeah, that was a long 5 seconds for sure. I thought that one was over.
Besette going back to the wrong corner.
Wrong corner for Besette. Now that happens sometimes. What can you do? But a good first round nonetheless. He landed that early spinning back fist that sent Dueling down, but Dueling popped up quickly.
There was 2 knockdowns in that round.
That's right.
Or the second one may have been a shot right after, but
I believe the second one wobbled him. Here is the first one. You see the leg kick miss. There's that spinning back fist. Dueling went down, got up quickly, and able to avoid more damage from that point.
Yeah, kind of a flash knockdown there.
Besette appeared to sustain a cut, Tom. There's that other right hand right to the chin.
Yeah, there's the one that got him.
That just kind of wobbled him and set the stage for Besette to more or less just push him down there.
Yeah, he landed a nice short uppercut as well as Dueling tried to step in for the shot. But
little ground and pound, but not enough. Besette did sustain a brief cut that the ringside physician checked out just for a second. Nothing too damaging. The fight will obviously continue. We get ready for round number 2 of a scheduled 3 rounds here in the featherweight division. Matt Besette in the pink trunks, Tim Dueling in the red. Besette now egging on the crowd.
Said that's one. That's one. Let's go, baby. All it takes is one shot, so.
That's true.
Dueling didn't want to touch gloves there on that one.
Nice uppercut to start off by Besette.
Rear uppercut. Dueling sneaking that left jab in there.
Dueling has tried to work that jab throughout the fight.
I think that kick snuck over the top.
Yeah, that time he ate part of the shin and then an overhand right to follow. Nice combination by Besette. First 40 seconds here of this second round.
Side kick.
Again, that overhand right just grazing the top of Doolin's head. Not quite in the sweet spot. Right to the chest. Doolin just kind of jumped into that right cross. Ate her right in the sternum. That'll certainly slow you down. 3:50 to go in round number 2. Besette again, just letting his hands go. Very comfortable in the stand-up, has always been throughout his career. And nice short jab by Doolin to counter. And tries to land that overhand right.
Yeah, Doolin dunking his head though. I think Besette might be wise to it. Throw another uppercut. It seems to kind of be off balance every time he steps in. Too heavy on that front foot. Oh!
A little slip by Besette, but he, luckily for him, stayed out of the way of any damage.
Yeah, maybe something that hair tie was just sitting in the middle of the cage there. Tries to go for that rear uppercut again. He's been throwing that overhand right. We haven't seen any straight right hands from Besette.
No.
They're all this looping punch, which served him well. I mean, he caught Dooling early on with it.
Not really looking to establish the jab, just going to go in there with that right.
Just ducked right under the punch of Dooling. Perfect timing.
Brilliant. 2.5 to go in round number 2.
He's looking to set this hook. Drags Dooling back, although Dooling taking the bottom position here, but not really doing much. He doesn't have much of a defensive guard here. And now Besette in side control. I think he stepped over the left arm, and if so, this could be a real problem for Timothy Dooling, as Besette possibly could go for a crucifix here. Yep, he's got that left arm blocked with the shin, but Dooling's able to step over. Besette takes wrist control with the left arm. He has the left arm trapped. Dooling there for a second. I mean, Besette's going to be putting up 2 fingers after this round if it stays this way.
Yeah, Besette just wearing him down now in the second round. Again, good stand-up, then he gets him to the canvas and just smothering him here over these last 30, 35 seconds or so. Dooling really no answer for this.
Yeah, not looking to pass, just looking to stay on top and land some ground and pound and control the round. Dooling trying to sit up. The longer he stays down on that elbow, the harder it's going to be to generate any offense. If he can get up to that hand and start using his hips, maybe he could look to sneak back for this guillotine.
One minute to go in the second round. Besette looking to take a commanding lead going into the final if it gets that far.
May say timeless there on the back of Besette's trunks, but time's running out for Tim Dooling on bottom here in the second round.
Oh, I agree. He's got to mount some kind of offense here to turn this round around. But it doesn't appear there's going to be enough time for him to do that. 36 on the clock. Besette in complete control. Dooling very competitive, but again, Besette just controlling the pace. Fighting the exact fight that he wants to fight, now letting Dooling coming in here and try to fight his own fight. That's been a big key for Matt Besette here in his Hartford homecoming.
Who wouldn't want to fight this fight when you're on top?
Exactly.
Not getting hit.
It's a nice position to be in if you can maintain it.
In short time, it looks like Besette's going to maintain this position until the round ends.
Now Besette lets him up for a second, yeah. Dooling trying a little somersault kick there just to close it out, but nothing avails. Besette gives him a little pat on the rear end for his effort. So that's 2 rounds in the books for Matt Besette, who's looked crisp, who's looked sharp in his homecoming. Tom, if you're Timothy Dooling, what's the strategy here in round 3? You know you need a finish or a stoppage.
I think you try to keep it on the feet. I mean, we've seen every time it hits the ground, it's a losing proposition for Dooling so far. Besette's been able to get on top. He's been able to control it.
And speaking of that, let's hear what Dooling's corner has to say.
Double the jab up, come down a minute, you've got to turn the pace up. When you get in the clinch, control the back of the head, go to short elbow, okay? You heard him? Take your time to do it. Matt, he's going to be desperate.
Well, I think anyway, if we didn't hear it, they would probably echo your same advice, keep it standing up. I think there's a chance at least to land a glancing blow or land one on the chin and he can finish the fight and stop it. We've seen it before. We've seen fighters. We've seen Eric Spicely in the last fight, who we thought was about to be down on the scorecard by a round, land a short right hand and knock his opponent out. So there's always that opportunity. I think it's harder against a fighter who's established a firm pace to try to get him on the ground and get a submission. I think at this point, Dueling just has to let his hands go in this third and final round, and we'll see what his strategy is. So here it is, the third and final round of this co-main event. Matt Besette in the pink trunks taking on Timothy Dueling in the red and black. Dueling going upstairs with the kick.
Throwing out that left high kick.
Michael Parenti, Filthy Tom Lawler, and Paige Monroe cage side at CES55, brought to you by Modelo, live on UFC Fight Pass.
Good little short jab there by Dueling. Steps in with a big rear uppercut, which we saw Besette use very well earlier on.
Good shot to the rib cage there by Dueling.
Straight to the body. And then goes right back to it with the kick. Tries to come over the top with the punch. Just misses.
Seems anyway for the first minute that Dueling has the game plan that we both spoke about. Stay on your feet.
The problem is he only has 1 round to make this game plan work. I mean, he's down 2 rounds to none. I've got to imagine.
Nice jab.
I mean, Matt Besette's not the judge, but I think he won that first round. I think he won round number 2 as well. Dueling with a nice left. Goes back to the body with the kick.
Besette more than likely knowing where he is in the scorecards. You wonder, Tom, if he gets into a situation where Dueling is starting to get the better of the exchanges, does Besette go for the takedown and try to ride it out? Is there a danger in perhaps doing that, even if you're effective on the ground?
I mean, you have to fight, but here's the problem. Besette's done virtually nothing in that first minute of the round. Now he gets taken down here. We'll see if Dueling can do anything. You know, perhaps Besette was just too complacent.
Yeah, possible interesting turn of events here. You're right. Maybe Besette comfortable with the lead, not trying to engage as much, gets caught off guard a bit. Sometimes that can lull you to sleep, and Dueling gets the takedown. And now Dueling has a little opportunity here for the final 3 minutes, if he can make something happen.
And he's pushing the pace. There's a sense of urgency on a Tim Dueling here, and that's exactly what there should be as we go into the third round. Besette now wants to fire back.
Besette now recognizes that Dueling obviously coming in here to get the finish in this last round and has to be on his toes. Only 2.5 to go. Besette with that uppercut again. Ducks out of the way of the jab nicely.
I mean, even if you're winning the war, you can't just lose battles on purpose, you know? It's too great of a risk. Too many casualties.
That was a good clean right to the chin there by Dueling. That could have been a troublemaker if Besette had really stepped into it.
Dueling going back to the body here. Besette fires back with a high kick.
Oh, nice overhand right there. Now Besette opening up a bit. Now here goes Besette upstairs with the kick. Dueling egging him on, asking for more.
Licking his lips. And he lands some shots right afterwards. Avoids those, but not able to capitalize.
There's that somersault kick again, or whatever you might call it. You may have a different name for it.
Cartwheel.
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 Somersault's forward. Okay,
flip,
that's the cartwheel, folks. 1:40 to go in the third and final round. Dueling at least having fun in there, but has to do something dramatic here in this final minute and a half if he's going to escape with the win and spoil the party.
Shook out that left hand, not sure if it's hurt, if he's just getting himself ready for this final 90 seconds. Big leg kick by Besette. Dueling just ate it, fired back. Besette with the high kick, blocked. Ever lands some punches on the end of it, bloodies up Dueling's nose now.
Yeah, Besette now finishing strong when he has this fight, at least seemingly in the bag.
And Besette talking to him.
Besette now having fun, getting the crowd on its feet. Anticipating these final 40 seconds. Dueling a bloody mess, as you mentioned. I think after that takedown, it might have been a little bit of a wake-up call, Tom, for Besette in this final round to not get complacent. And now here he comes up again on his feet, unloading rights and lefts.
Going to the finishing stretch here. Can Dueling pull something out of his hat?
Besette's still not afraid to mix it up, even in these closing seconds. What a fight. And an excellent homecoming here from Matt Besette at the Connecticut Convention Center. What a fight. I'll tell you, this one was as good as advertised. Dueling, we knew his resume, we knew what he had been up against in the past coming in, and Dueling showed what he's made of and why a fighter like him has been on the big stage and fought some of the best names in the business. This guy's a great opponent and a great fighter to test yourself against. And Dueling really gave Besette a test tonight. Besette just fired up tonight after performing in front of his home crowd. Again, CES55, the first sanctioned professional mixed martial arts event in the state of Connecticut. And of course, you can't do it without Mr. Connecticut himself, Matt Besette. We'll see what the scorecards say. Could be 29-28, could look close in the end, or maybe 30-27 across the board. Not sure how the judges will go, but it looks like a definitive victory for Matt Besette, who really, Tom, controlled the pace over those first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I would think this is going to be if not 30-27, maybe even a 30-26. You know, you got essentially two knockdowns there in the first round. Looked fantastic on his feet and looked fantastic on the ground as well in the second round when he got on top. A little bit of a hiccup there in the third as Dueling kind of pushed the pace and lulled him into a false sense of security before shooting the takedown and taking over. But Besette fired back and made it to the end of the fight. Looking good.
And Dueling certainly knew what he was up against going into that third round and knew he had to come out stronger, so you certainly expect him to be a little bit more aggressive coming out. And I think you're right. I think Besette may have gotten the wake-up call from that takedown early in the third and said, okay, I can't be complacent here. I got to keep fighting. I got to finish the fight strong, because you never know what happens. You can get caught if you're complacent. You've seen it countless times, whether it's boxing or mixed martial arts. Sometimes lulled into that false sense of security can be deadly for you, but not tonight for Matt Besette. And let's be honest, Tom, coming off that 2-fight losing streak with UFC, not sure about his future. This was a fight he needed.
Yeah, Besette's looking to get back to that next level, and this is the first step on that journey, on that path.
Let's send it up to Adam Palazzo for the official announcement.
Fight fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Judge English and Senadad scored the fight 30-27. Judge Peabody scored the fight 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Matt the Manga Besette.